What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another post game here on Mets Central. And the Mets win 7-2 over the Washington Nationals in extra innings. Before we jump into everything, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're a Met fan, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. What a weird game this one was, though, right? First of all, I hate these 6:45 start times for no reason. It bothers me. It's just like I want the extra few minutes to, do what I want to do before the game, consume some food and then get going and watch the game. But it just throws everything off just a bit for me. But regardless, first inning, I actually missed the first batter, and that's part of why I'm ranting about it. But Lindor with a fly out, Bader strikes out, Vientos with a single, Alonso strikes out. We go to the bottom of the first. And for some reason, though, the defense was either stellar from the Mets or it was abysmal, because an Abrams single, then he would get picked off at first base. Good tag there by Pete. Lane Thomas would walk, Ramirez with a line out, and then Meneses with a strikeout. We go to the second inning. Alvarez strikes out. Torrens with a double and then a strikeout and a flyout, though. Bottom of the second, 1-2-3 inning. Top of the third, 1-2-3 inning. So a weird game thus far, a quiet game until we get to the bottom of the third, where Nick Senzel would get a single, and then Jacob Young with a double. And Harrison Bader got a little shook up on this play. He would end up staying in the game until later on when he wouldn't. And no disrespect to Bader, and I hope everything's okay with him, but the Mets probably don't win this game if Harrison Bader stays healthy, and you'll find out why later if you didn't watch the game and you're just here for the recap. But CJ Abrams would drive a run in with a single to make it 1-0. The Mets put themselves in a good spot, though, or I should say put themselves in a good spot, put themselves in a bad spot, but they got into a good spot, Manaea, that is, because he got out of the jam where he got 2 outs back-to-back, which was huge, especially that strikeout to Lane Thomas. Hits Joey Meneses, which scared me then, because it's like, all right, and now is this going to be the implosion? But Vargas would fly out, a nice little catch by Taylor out there in the outfield, and that would end the inning. We go to the top of the fourth, where nothing really happened outside of an Alvarez single. Then we get to the bottom of the fourth, and Brandon Nimmo would come into the game, and it would be a 1-2-3 inning there. By the way, Tyrone Taylor would move to center, and then McNeil would move from left to right field there. And then eventually later on, he even moved to second base. So he was all over the place tonight. But top of the fifth, Mets go down in order. Bottom of the fifth, a walk and then a strikeout, an error there because Pete Alonso with an error again. This is what I was talking about. You had a couple poor plays, and then there was a force out which drove in a run 2-0, and then Meneses strikes out. But again, you had some weird defensive plays later on, or it might have been even earlier on. You had Vientos have a little weird play. You had Lindor, who hesitated at one point to throw the ball over the first. I think it was actually on one of these plays that drove in a run, but Lindor hesitated to throw the ball over, and it was just not fun. And then later on, Lindor would bobble a ball, and it was just, again, not great. But Lindor in the sixth inning would hit a home run. That's for damn sure something good he did. And I was a little like, all right, of course, with no runners on, right? Back-to-back strikeouts, then a single for Alonso, and then Flora would come into the game, and then that would result in Alvarez striking out. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 2 groundouts in a row, then a single for Ruiz, and Senzel would fly out. Seventh inning, the Mets go down in order. The Nats go down in order in the bottom of the seventh, which was huge for Sean Manaea to be able to give them length in this game, because the Mets have been so desperate for 6-7 innings from their starting pitching. It's not even funny. And Sean Manaea, I was worried because of the fact that he had 5 walks or whatever it was in his last outing. Well, sure enough, he rebounded very well and had a very solid outing for the Mets. We get to the top of the eighth. Hunter Harvey comes into the game. McNeil would line out, a Lindor double, and then Nimmo with a single, which is why I said if Bader was here, you have to question if the Mets would have won this game. But a huge RBI single to tie the game up at 2, and Nimmo would even steal a base. How about that? And then 2 outs, though, unfortunately, would end the inning. Budo coming into the game, the butt man, baby. Winker would fly out, Meneses with a single, and then a huge double play from Vargas. Finnegan would come in and get the Mets down in order. Then we go to the bottom of the ninth, and it was a little bit scary. You had a walk there from Wood, but he got caught stealing because Francisco Alvarez is just unbelievable on both sides of the ball, and I couldn't be any more thankful we have a legitimate franchise catcher on our hands. It's so new. It's so new, isn't it? And then Thankfully, you know, you had the Lindor error, but the Mets end up getting out of the inning. Jose Butto finds a way. You get to the 10th inning. Jose Iglesias with a double to bring in the runner from second to make it 3-2. 2 outs, and then Nimmo with a double, 4-2. Vientos with a single, 5-2. And then Ben Gamel would pitch run. Pete Alonso with a home run after Gamel steals a bag, 7-2. And then you have Nunez shut the door because Nunez of all people is just him back there. Like I freaking like this guy Nunez. I like Nunez a lot, which I didn't even know who he was, honestly, until he was called up. And it's weird for me because usually I'm so in tune with baseball, but this is someone I never heard of, and this guy just has it. I mean, his fastball velo sits at around like 97, so it's not like it jumps off the chart. His slider sits at about 87. Again, not like it jumps off the chart, but it's just the spin that he's getting and the movement on the pitches. Like, and then Budo out of the pen, liked it. Minaya, liked it. And then of course, didn't like how the offense took a bit to get going, but it's hard to get mad when you didn't have a lot of help because of the fact that you had JD Martinez, who got scratched last minute because of a sore ankle, which hopefully everything's okay with him, because if they miss him for an extended period of time, that's a big issue. And then Nimmo, who didn't start the game originally, of course, wasn't in the game because of the fact that he fainted in his hotel the other night, which I'm glad he's okay, because that's just terrifying to hear. And then even with the bottom of the lineup having issues like Jeff McNeil down there, the Mets found a way to get it done and end up winning this game regardless. And now they sit above 500 for the first time in forever. So, yeah, feeling good about this team right now. Liking a lot. Again, would like to see the offense get going a little bit more early if I'm going to complain. But you know what? Do they even need the most offense tomorrow? Because Christian Scott's back on the bump tomorrow, and I'm so excited. Hopefully, you guys' first Major League win tomorrow. But that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live. And I'll see you in the next one.